we are going to be talking about our comfort zones. And if you feel like you've been a little bit too comfortable lately, then this message is for you. All right, so I plan content out a month in advance, yet I'm always completely blown away by the fact that every single time I address a live topic, it's like God hears me and says, hey, I'm going to give you a bunch of experiences this week so that you can make this as relevant as possible. And this week is no exception. We're going to be talking about comfort zones and how when we get too comfortable, this is the thing that's standing in the way of our growth. And this is another opportunity for me to just be like completely vulnerable and honest with you and let you know that more than anything over the past few years, this is the thing that I've been working on. And it's also the thing that's really moved the needle in my life, that has led to massive personal growth. For me, it's led to growth in my business. It's just led to, deeper relationships and so many good things. So again, if you're feeling a little bit comfortable lately, then I want to change that. And we're going to work on getting uncomfortable together. So a few years back, I realized that I had two big things that were holding me back. One of them was something I've struggled with my entire life, and that is confidence. Yes, confidence. So the other thing that I realized that went hand in hand with this lack of confidence was being willing to step outside of my comfort zone. But the funny thing was that stepping outside of the comfort zone was exactly what I needed to gain the confidence to keep going. It wasn't that long ago that I was scared to death to show up on lives. Like, I would talk to my team about this and my business manager and my digital marketing manager, and I would say, I know, like, I have things I want to share and all these things that are in my heart that I want to, share with everyone, but I just feel so uncomfortable stepping out on lives. Like, it's super scary. And I'm not going to lie, I still get butterflies every single time, but I also know now that this is one of the ways that I can step out of my comfort zone, and it's going to lead to growth. Over the past year of pandemic life, more than a year now, a lot of us may have kind of stepped back in the personal growth space. And I would say that myself included in that. I feel like we were in survival mode for the most part and just trying to figure out our day-to-day and what new normal looked like. And we weren't really able to focus on the growth aspect of that. And then again, some people may have taken that as an opportunity to be more introspective and to grow in different ways. But I felt like coming out of the pandemic, and this was one of the things that I addressed with my therapist. She's like, what do you want to work on in this next phase of therapy? Because I've been through kind of a lot of that healing journey already. And I said, really, I want to work on my personal growth and what that looks like in the next chapter for me. And everything that we kept coming back to was all comfort zone related, and stepping outside of the comfort zone and being bold and doing the things that make me uncomfortable. And this has been a big week for me of stepping outside of my comfort zone. I have a big speaking engagement on Friday with industry professionals, and it's unlike anything that I've ever done. And yes, it's been on my mind 24/7. I've been preparing like crazy, like constantly, every spare second that I get. And just really wanting to step out confidently on the stage, and being able to do that is, preparation is a huge part of that. So it's funny because, the opportunity for speaking about getting outside of the comfort zone is coming right along with the opportunity to step outside of the comfort zone. So, I would even say that my prayer life has changed drastically over the past few years. I used to pray for comfort and for ease and, all these really nice, easy little prayers. And then a few years back, I decided that the most valuable experiences in my life weren't always about comfort and ease. They were the things that challenged me and took me to that next level. And so I started praying prayers of disruption and prayers of shaking me up and prayers of going deeper. And it was one of the scariest things I've ever done, because whenever I started seeing God show up in those ways, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Nope, forget about it. Nope, this isn't what I want. Like, don't cancel that prayer out. But also, looking back now with the perspective that I have today and seeing the way that things have changed, I can see that those disruptions and those challenges were the things that actually led to the deepest discoveries and moving me forward in my growth. So what if you don't? What if you don't want to get out of your comfort zone? What if you're like, hey, you know what? I'm perfectly fine here. I feel entirely comfortable. I'm happy with everything in my life, my partner, my kids, my relationships, my job. It's all fine. I don't need to get out of my comfort zone. That's fine. You are perfectly, that is your prerogative to stay there. And there are seasons of my life where I feel that way too, where, like I said, the past year during the pandemic, I was like, I'm in survival mode right now, and I'm okay with the way that things are right now. I don't feel the need to just dig in and, really get to that next level, whatever that may be. So I gave myself permission to do that, and you can give yourself permission too. I'm all about always giving yourself grace in everything that you do. So just know that maybe this isn't your season to step out of your comfort zone. Maybe that's coming up, or maybe you just came out of a season of doing that. It's not something that you consistently have to do, but it's something that you should listen to your gut and recognize when it's time to step back out again. So what does stepping out boldly look like for you? What if you asked yourself this question every morning? What if you looked at your schedule today or this week or this month, and you looked through everything on there and you took an inventory of what is going to get you outside of your comfort zone? This totally changed my life when I started doing this a few years ago. I would look at my task list and I would say, okay, what 1 to 3 things on this list are going to make me uncomfortable today? Or I would wake up in the morning when I was doing my meditation, I would think about that. What is the one thing that's going to make me uncomfortable today? Because I knew that whenever I had that little bit of tension in my gut, that little bit of friction going on, that I'm moving in the right direction. And I know that our immediate reaction when we feel tension and friction in life is to fight it, or to, go back into playing small again, or to scurry back into our safe spaces. But for me, I've learned to embrace that feeling, even though it's uncomfortable, because I understand that without that friction and tension, there's not going to be any growth happening there either. So ask yourself, what is the one thing that you can do today to get it outside of your comfort zone? I'll give you some examples from my life, because I've got a lot of them lately. Got a book launch coming up in September. So right now, between now and book launch time, is going to be kind of crazy. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I want to be on podcasts. I want to get the word out about this book as much as possible. I want media attention on it. I want to get in front of people, which is uncomfortable for me because I'm an introvert, right? But even worse than that is the ask. I hate asking. I absolutely, it's so uncomfortable to me to send out those emails and, just to ask somebody, hey, can I be a podcast guest for you? This is the value that I'm going to add to your show. But, just really being able to pitch myself has always been an area of extreme discomfort. It's why I never went into sales. I hate selling. I hate selling myself, and that's what it feels like whenever I do that. But I found that systematizing this and looking at it and saying, okay, today I'm going to send out 3 emails. I'm going to find my top 3 that I would like to, have interview me, and I'm going to pitch these 3. And just making that commitment to myself that the first thing I'm going to do today is the uncomfortable thing. And you know what? From that point forward, what happens doesn't matter. It's not about the response that I get back. It's about stepping outside of the comfort zone, because that's really the thing that's going to lead to confidence. And how can this look in your life? Maybe you're not pitching podcasts. Maybe you are. Maybe it's something else. Like maybe you would like to have more friends and you want to reach out to some women that you know and set something up. And maybe that's uncomfortable for you because you're not usually the one that does that. Well, what does that look like? Maybe it looks like texting 3 friends today and saying, hey, do you guys have any time in your schedule coming up? I'd love to organize something. I'd love to get together. Just step out and make that move. Again, their response does not matter. What matters in the growth aspect of this is you stepping out and making that action, right? Maybe it's signing up for a class you've always wanted to take. I hesitate to share this because it's like a secret I've had of mine. I've had this little secret desire lately to sign up for acting classes again, which I haven't done any acting at all since 2012. I closed that chapter. I was fine with that, but I think now I'm wanting to do it more as a creative and growth outlet for me. I love improv, and I would love to just get back into that just for fun. Maybe it's signing up for a class like that and taking that step. And again, it doesn't matter what the outcome is. All that matters is that you confidently take the step to get out of your comfort zone, because that's the thing that's going to lead to growth. And when you do it over and over and over again, then it gets easier and easier, and you're going to find that you're ready for that next level of growth and that next level, and it just keeps going and going. And the cool thing about life is that we can keep growing throughout our entire lives. It never stops. Like, people who have a growth mindset know this, that it's the one thing that we kind of like thrive on. We just love that growth and that next challenge. And it's not about being discontent with where we're at all. Like, you can be happy and still want to grow. It is entirely possible to be both things. It doesn't mean that your life is inadequate or that you're missing something. Some people are just growth junkies, and it's okay to be that way. I'm giving you permission because I'm that way. So now I welcome the discomfort, because I know it means that I'm doing something right. So I would challenge you to take a look at your to-do list this week. If there's anything on there that makes you uncomfortable, then move that to the front of the list. I want you to take care of that first. I also want you to look at, do that gut check with yourself and say, am I ready for my next phase of life? Do I feel that discomfort? Is it going on right now where I'm feeling like I've been spending way too much time in my comfort zone? If not, then that's fine. You're fine. The season is great for you, and you can stay right there. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you do feel that gnawing desire to move to the next level, then maybe you need to look into the things that are going to make you uncomfortable, whatever that may look like in your life. It's going to look different for all of us. So life is always grand. Says go for it. You can do it. Absolutely. I believe in you. I am here for you. I am going to support you. I am going to be your cheerleader. I love getting DMs from you, so please let me know. Sometimes I send back voice messages because I'm too lazy to type it out, but no, I love sending voice messages and communicating with you too. So if you do take those moves to step outside of your comfort zone, I want to hear about it, because I feel like a proud mama when that happens. I love to see it when my kids do it. I love it when my husband does it. I'm all about that personal growth, and again, gaining the confidence that comes from getting outside of the comfortable and the known, stepping into the unknown. Everything you want, they say, is on the other side of your comfort zone. So are you with me? Are you in? High fives. All right. So let me know what you do. I want to hear back from you, and report back to me and let me know. And I will be sending out my podcast pitches. I'm meeting with my publisher this afternoon, and I have a speaking engagement on Friday. So I'm going to be stepping right outside that comfort zone with you. All right. Have an awesome day. I will see you back here next week.